Now on my number 2 fan brush, I've taken in some black and some lime yellow, similar to that of the trees reflecting in the river. And let's come right over here and just drop it in. Now I've taken in a cool green color by mixing in some blue, sap green, lime yellow, and I've added just a bit of water. And just sort of blocking it in, still using the number 2 fan brush. And over here it'll get warmer. The right side is cool and the left side is warmer relatively. So now I've taken in some lime yellow and just a touch of yellow ochre and blend them there. And let's drop it in just like that. Going over the rock, I just created some difference there so that the rock gets distinguished for the time being, and later on we can go ahead with the detailing. And over here at the bottom it will get darker, so I've taken in some black, not completely but just taken some black without cleaning the brush. So just do like that, should go darker. There we go. And something comes off right over here too. Just blend them. Now on my tree and texture brush, I've taken in some white and some blue, just a bit of blue, more of white, as you can see, just sort of creating that detailings. Okay, something like that, don't have much. And this one sort of continues all the way till there. I'm not going bright in the early stages, going a bit in the mid-tone, it's going towards the mid-tone side so that the brighter ones can come later. And today I'm painting in acrylics, so they'll anyhow dry dull, so I'm just painting in mid-tones. Now as you can see, I've not painted this totally black. Now let's go ahead with the tree and texture brush, same brush which I used there. And let's drop in some textures on this rock. Just sort of reflect it in the water, just doing it very lightly so that the blending takes place even though the paint is dry. The paint underneath is dry. Take it all the way up till there. Increase the pressure in some spots. Sort of blurring the bottom. As we come towards the top, let's drop in some of that texture over here too. We'll go back and drop in the highlights. This is for just creating the texture. Look at that, I get that dark spot. Now with another type of tree and texture brush, I've taken in some white, only white. I've not used this brush in this painting so far, now I'm using it. And let's come right over here and drop in some of that highlights. Tapping it very lightly, turn the brush and changing the direction of the flow of the water. Don't want it to be everywhere. And I've ensured that the paint underneath is 90% dry. Let's move on over here. Look at that, the glow in the water looks so beautiful. go into the region where you find that color. I've not painted anything there, I hope so, and bring out that glow from there. Load in thick paint. Go above that once or twice so that it fits into the painting. And look here, I'll just do it like that. Creates a soft blending. And as we come here almost to the foreground, I'm still using that same brush. Open up the bristles and hold the brush in a manner that this part is only that part will touch the surface. Look at that. Just going lightly in the shadow regions, that is the shadow region. Taken off some paint off the brush, did not load this time. Look at that, you can just blend it off then and there itself and clean up the edges. Okay, something like that, and just sort of eating up the sketch which is there. Now I've taken in some light green color mixed with sap green, lime yellow, touch of white and some yellow ochre. Let's come right over here, follow the angles and drop in some glow in that face of the river. Sort of dropping it just like that, skipping some spots. Yeah, taking more of lime yellow should work. And something comes off right over here too. And over here it'll be warmer, as I told before. Now with some black, without cleaning the brush, let's go right over here and darken some of those. Just sort of barely touching the surface using a round brush for this. I flattened that brush by loading decent amount of paint. Okay, something like that. That's gonna add depth into your painting. Okay, something over there and something comes off right over there. And over here I've loaded in more of lime yellow. Added just a bit of white to get that glow. Flatten that brush, the rigger brush. Just dropping it in. And for this stage, if you're painting in acrylics or watercolors, you can add just a bit of water, very little, so that the paint flows. From the corner of the brush, just a bit. And something's going to come right over here too. Very small strokes and very defined strokes. Follow the angles and just a bit of glow here and there. Go back to that lime yellow, creating all sorts of variations. So now on my small terrain texture brush, I've taken in some white, and let's come right over here, drop in some more of that glow in the water. And we want this to be very random, don't want to follow any patterns. Okay, something like that, don't want to have much. just a bit over here and there, and I'll go back with a smaller brush and give the detailings. So now I've taken my rigger brush, start from here and just sort of drop in few drops of water and add in that glow over here too. Skip some spots.